Well, a big thank you so much for that. And I think that's a really positive note to end on. The fact that we've heard so many amazing stories over the last couple of days, and it's just really drew together things, right from hearing about clinical inertia on the first day from Ollie, right through to actually here's a clinic that are doing things differently. They're working in a high need area, but they're really working together as a team, and so we can really learn a lot from each other. So we really want to thank you all for coming and for sharing your stories and for being willing to learn from each other, and we really want to capture those as we go on from this. So we've got a couple of ways that we're wanting to facilitate that. One, we're going to, for those that didn't hear me before, the slides and some of the sessions have been videoed, will be made available if we've got permission from the people to do that. We'll also be putting things on the Self-Management Support Toolkit website, so if you've got great case studies or other things that weren't able to be shared here, let us know. We would love to hear your stories and help share that with others. And we also, I don't know about you, but we go to so many of these things and you go away, you go, oh, yeah, lots of great ideas. We hit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it gets busier and busier, and all those bright ideas disappear. So we've got a little action plan for you to work on, so that you actually leave here with something planned, because we know if you're goal setting, that if you've said you're going to do something, it's got to be smarter. So we want to help you do that. Thanks, Susan.
Kia ora koutou. Can I just have up the slides, please, for the planning activity? Oh, kia ora, thank you. So I've used Sir James Henare's statement that John talked about yesterday. I used it because my father was in the Māori battalion in A Company with Sir James, and Dad used to tell us about what he said when they went from Egypt to Italy. And but, you know, and he used to say this whakatauki to us. We used to think it was a whakatauki. He used to say it in English and in Māori, and then say it in English. But it doesn't sound so good when you're in the kumara patch and he says this to you: you've come too far not to keep going. And you know that means that other 7 rows have still got to be weeded. So it's all about context, and my context about this whakatauki is a very large kumara patch and slack sisters and lots of weeds. So what I'd like to talk about is this form that you've got on the tables in front of you. You should all have a form. So what we're going to ask you to do is to actually think about, well, hopefully you've been thinking about things that have happened over the last 2 days. And if you could put up the other slide, please. Oh, I suppose I could on that. So there's a lot of pressure on me, because when you're in health literacy, you have to give really clear instructions. So I tested these on Carla, and she tells me that these were clear. She made me add one. So here is your form. And we would like you to take your form, please, and follow these instructions. And the most important thing is actually to make sure you put in something here that's going to resonate with you. So what are up to 3 actions you would like to take, and what are the outcomes from those actions in the next 3 months? And what will happen to these forms, you'll be handing them in as you leave today, folding them in and handing them in. And at the end of May, they will be sent back to you. And you'll get this lovely surprise when you open them up and go, I did all those things. Or, oh my God, I didn't do any of them. So kia ora, go to it. Has anyone thought of an action, just so we can share, so people can get inspired? Maybe you're going to network with somebody. Maybe you're going to follow up and say, you know, I want to get in touch with that person. I want to get in touch with the Vika and talk about the data. I want to find out about Ollie's clinical inertia article. I've got at least quite a few actions, and one of my actions I know I have to do is email Tracy and tell her about health coach frameworks and where they've been happening in New Zealand. So I know what I've got on my list. Right, I've gone around, and I think most of you are on track, done it. or very close. And I've already been told, got feedback that my form wasn't clear because I didn't say fold the paper into thirds along the dotted lines on the back, leaving the address showing. That's really important because otherwise it won't get back to you. Oh, kia ora. I know, sometimes you have to state it. So thank you so much for doing that activity, and I'll just hand over to Sue.